In this lecture, we'll create a product row in the database using our product repository, and we'll see the ORM and Spring data in action. To do that, let's create a test method here, public void test create. Since we are testing the create method, mark it with @test annotation from JUnit. Inside this test method, we'll first create the entity, which is product. We'll create an instance of it, set the fields on it or set the values on it, and then use the product repository to save it to the database. Product is equal to new product, hit control space and import the one from our entities package. Product dot set ID, that is the first field. 1 is the ID I want on it. Product dot set name, iPhone X or whatever that is out there. Product dot set description or DESC, because that is the name of the field which we have given. Awesome, within double quotes. Last field is the price, which is important. Product dot set price, let's say $1,000, 1000D, because it's double. Next step is to save it to the database. To do that, we need the product repository inside our test class. So let's inject it using Spring product repository. Call it repository. To inject it, we can use @auto void annotation from Spring. Hit Control 1, import the product repository. Hit Control 1 by pointing our cursor on auto void and import it from Spring Framework. So we are injecting the repository dynamically using @auto void. Use repository dot save is the method, and you will see that there are 2 save methods available on every repository. Every interface that extends the CRUD repository from Spring gets 2 save methods. One that takes a single entity, the second one takes multiple entities. So we can do a batch save as well. Let's use the one that takes a single entity, pass it product. Control Shift F2, format, right click. Right now, let's go check the database to see if there are any rows. If you execute the select statement, there are no rows on the product table. Come back, right click, run as JUnit test. That should run the test. And once it finishes, if it finishes successfully, click on this JUnit tab here. It's all green. Go to the database, execute the select query again, and you will see 1 iPhone, awesome, and $1,000. So you have seen Spring data and ORM in action. So we have used Spring data here, which internally uses Hibernate to map our data to the database table.